Yes, please come.
Good evening.
So you're Ashna.
Yes, sir.
Ashna, please sit down
Thank you, sir.
and tell us about yourself.
Sir, my name is AASHNA Chaudhary. I belong to Hapur, Uttar Pradesh. I have done my schooling from Delhi Public School, Ghaziabad. And I have done my graduation in English from Lady Shri Ram College for Women. Currently, I'm pursuing my Masters in International Relations from South Asian University.
Oh, Akbar Bhavan.
Yes, sir. The campus has shifted to Maidangari now.
Oh, it has already shifted.
Yes.
All right.
So, Uttar Pradesh and even in our country have many types of revolutions like green revolutions, white revolutions and blue revolutions. Just tell me, just fundamental, which revolution, which thing is related, which revolution, what types of commodities are involved, something like that.
So green revolution is majorly, the time period associated with green revolution is majorly 1970s when India was undergoing a shortage of food. It is related with agriculture and has brought about developments in western Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab.
Very good. What about blue revolution?
So blue revolution mostly associated with the fisheries and the aquatic life. And white revolution carried out by the efforts of Dr. Verghese Kurian through the Amul cooperative and is associated with milk.
Okay, Uttar Pradesh is claiming like that a lot of thing has been done for women empowerment. They talk about some very specific things that this mission and this help. Can you tell me something? Some of the steps of Uttar Pradesh government for the women empowerment.
So one of the flagship schemes that I can think of is Mahila Samarthya Yojana.
Next.
Sir,
very important, some Shakti mission Shakti.
yes, sir, Mission Shakti.
Then next.
Sir, I cannot recall.
Okay, no problem. This Hapur, a industrial hub. Give name 3-4 important industries of Hapur.
So textile industry is one sector where Hapur is doing good. We are also doing good in the pickle industry and the papad making industries.
But what is
Though
manufacturing? Tell some name of manufacturing industry also.
Sir, handlooms, textiles.
Handloom sectors, okay. What some of the handicrafts in UP has migrated from one place to another place. Can you tell me what are those handicrafts which migrated from one portion or city to other city?
Sir, the Gorakhpur terracotta handicrafts has been given a fillip. Another would be the Saharanpur, the wooden crafts of Saharanpur, the handmade wall hangings of Mirzapur, handmade daris of Ghazipur. These are some of the handicraft works that have migrated.
Okay. We consider our country one of the big democracy. Okay. How we compare our democracy with democracy of Nepal and democracy of Sri Lanka?
Sir, India has been granted a democratic status much before in Nepal. In Nepal, the monarchy was abolished in 2008, whereas India became a democratic country in 1947. Thereupon, the regular elections are conducted in India. These are free and fair elections where in Nepal, the constitution has come up in 2015 only, and the elections have been quite debatable, and the government formation has been more towards, this started with more of a coalition sort of government right from the beginning, such as the present government involving the support of former Prime Minister Oli and the present Prime Minister Prachanda. Whereas in India, for quite some decades, we saw very stable government in the form of the Congress government.
Okay, this presidential form of elections in USA, United States, and ours have the different forms. You give me why our country should not follow that presidential form of government. Two points in favor, 1 point in negative.
So, two points as to why India should not follow the presidential form of government. One would be the kitchen cabinet sort of arrangement associated with the presidential form of government. And sir, the second one would be responsibility is more in the parliamentary form of government as compared to the presidential form.
Okay, last questions. NATO have been discussed these days. Can India be some sort of member connected to NATO? Suppose Russia and China comes together, then think the scenario, can India be the member of NATO?
Sir, India has made its position clear throughout the beginning. Through an adoption of non-alignment as its policy approach, that India would like to stay away from such alliances in the form of non-signing of Quad as a formal arrangement as well. India has made its position clear that it would not want to go with some allies.
Okay.
You are from Uttar Pradesh, Ashna.
Yes, sir.
What has Uttar Pradesh given to India in the last 75 years? As many things as you can think of.
So one would be in terms of agriculture. We are one of the highest producers of wheat in the country. So second would be in terms of handicrafts.
Yes.
We have the
Moradabad.
Saharanpur wooden handicrafts. The third one, sir, would be in terms of civilizational educational institutions such as Varanasi and Banaras Hindu University has been a hub of education for quite many years. Sir, another thing that I can think of is historically the war of independence is.
My question is post-independence.
Okay. So these are some of the things that I can think of. The former Prime Minister.
Okay, despite that and so many bright people coming out of UP, it continues to be one of the what we call as the Bimaru states of India. My focus here is that per capita income in UP is well below the all India average. What are the major reasons for it?
Sir, there could be various reasons for the per capita income being less in UP. One is the population. The total fertility rate in Uttar Pradesh is 2.7.
Yeah, population is one reason, okay.
Yes, sir. So the other reason could be that the majority of the population is engaged in agriculture and hence we have a lot of underemployment in Uttar Pradesh. Sir, third would be the sorry state of education in Uttar Pradesh. So, fourth, that has frequently been pointed out by various policy makers is that Uttar Pradesh has become too big to govern. Fifth,
So it should be again divided.
so this has been put forward by.
What's your point of view? I am only suggesting divide it into two. Some people say 3 and 4, I am saying 2 only, east and west.
So there are various pros associated with it, such as ease of governance. However, there are various cons associated with it as well, such as the heightened feeling of regionalism and identity formation.
But generally speaking, in India, the smaller states which have been carved out are doing well.
Yes, sir. Sir, but a lot of identity politics in India is also associated with the smaller states.
It is there even if the state is not divided, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, one more question only. After 1991, this post-liberalization, where India has been exposed to the word, and Indians have been more and more exposed to the word, the children are going abroad to study, more of tourism, visitors. As a consequence of that, some people say that Western influence is eroding the cultural life and values of traditional India. To what extent do you agree with this statement? Your reasons for agreement or disagreement?
Sir, I would say Western ideas are penetrating into the Indian society. That is very much a reality. However, these Western ideas have both advantages as well as disadvantages associated.
What are the advantages?
So the advantages would be the modernization of education. That is one advantage. It would be the penetration of the global ideas such as liberty, equality, fraternity. All of this has come as a consequence of globalization. Whereas there are various negatives associated with it as well, such as loss of cultural identity. So, sir, I would say it is a two-edged sword.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Ms. AASHNA Chaudhary, you are from Pilkhua.
Yes, sir.
Tell me something about the place.
Sir, Pilkhua is famous for its textile industry. We have 120 medium-scale industries and 1400 power looms in Pilkhua. There is also a DRDO skill research center in Pilkhua. The population of Pilkhua is around 86,000 and the literacy rate is approximately 66%.
One Hindi poet is from Pilkhua.
Sir, Kumar Vishwas.
Okay, tell me something about Hapur also.
Sir, Hapur is a district in Uttar Pradesh. It is known for its. It is very much known for its papads. The population of Hapur is approximately 3 lakhs, and the literacy rate here is interestingly is lower than Pilkhua. It is 63% approximately, whereas in Pilkhua it is 66%. And Chaudhary Charan Singh is a prominent figure associated with
Okay,
Hapur.
one district, one product. What are the products from Hapur?
So textile and the pickles and papads.
So which state having the one district, two products?
Could you please repeat, sir?
Which state is following the policy of one district, two products?
I'm not sure, sir.
Okay, and one station, one product, which department?
Sir, it should be railways.
It should be, it's okay, right. Okay, 2 days ago, Uttar Pradesh budget has been, have you followed it?
Sir, I haven't had the time to see it in detail yet. I'm in the process of reading it.
Okay. Okay, tell then India's budget, some highlights.
Sir, India's budget has focused on economic growth through infrastructure creation. It has talked of fiscal consolidation. It has brought about a restructuring of the income tax slabs. The high capital expenditure is what government is vouching for, and it has a lot for the youth of the country in terms of giving impetus to MSMEs, startups, etc.
Have you heard the term climate justice?
Yes.
Please tell about that.
Sir, climate justice is a broad phenomena wherein the nations are vouching for various principles such as sustainable development, such as common but differentiated
Yes.
responsibilities.
Our Prime Minister given the concept of life.
Yes, sir.
What is that?
Sir, I'm not sure if I can recall the
Okay.
full form, but it is something related to lifestyle for environment.
Okay, my last question is Vande Bharat is a new concept in railways.
Yes.
Tell me some highlights about how many trains, last train when it was started and something.
Sir, I do not remember the statistics related to the same, but Vande Bharat, under Vande Bharat we have inducted a few trains into the railways, and some of those with a Vista Dome and Vista Dome coaches and state-of-the-art technology in order to modernize the railways.
What is the speed of this train?
Sir, I cannot recall.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Mahatma Gandhi, yes. He goes from India to UK for education, then briefly comes back, goes to South Africa, then finally comes back to India. Tell me how this journey of Mahatma Gandhi through Europe, then through Africa, changed him.
Sir, in Europe, his education has been more of an English education, wherein he would have wanted to see himself as a barrister, more of an English educated barrister. And there is an interesting story that I read wherein...
I want to ask you what profound impact this journey made on him in terms of shaping his ideas when he comes back and then leads the Indian national movement. Because the Indian national movement has certain very unique features which no other independence movement had. Now those special features have something to do with Gandhiji's travel through Europe, Africa and back.
Sir, one would be his trust in the masses after the movements that he led through South Africa. He regained his trust in the power of the masses and his tools such as Satya and Ahimsa. In South Africa, he was able to, in a very short span, of around 6 to 7 years, he was able to bring
You see,
about.
Satya and Ahimsa is rooted in him even before he went to Europe. Because when you look at the roots of those philosophies, Satya and Ahimsa are more Indian origin phenomena which is imbibed in Mahatma Gandhi's thinking even before he goes to Europe. But something happens in Europe which is very profound.
Sir, I cannot recall.
You cannot?
Recall, sorry.
Then he goes to South Africa. Again, something happens very profound.
Sir, one.
All right, go back to his teachings, where he in fact comes up with the idea of Swaraj, right? And then the idea of course, later on we use a lot of things like Antodaya, Sarvodaya, right? So his idea of Sarvodaya, or his idea of Swaraj, what are the two philosophies which had an impact on him? And also, for example, the village, panchayat, decentralization, what are those sources of influence on him?
Sir, he was exposed to the ideas of Tolstoy, Leo Tolstoy.
What was that idea?
Sir, he set up Tolstoy farms, if I
No,
remember.
but there is something more profound.
Yes.
Setting up a farm is the result of that
Yes, sir.
change in his mind. But what changed his mind? What was the publication of Tolstoy which made impact on him?
I'm sorry, sir.
And anything else? Any other scholar?
I cannot recall, sir.
You cannot recall. You know, very often you hear, my last question, we say India is the mother of democracy, right? Right to an answer to some of the questions. Yes, where you talked about the idea and the ideas of democracy coming to India from the West. Yes? Now tell me, all right, I come back to India, I say mother of democracy. Now, can you take me to the sources of literature which demonstrate that, yes, we are the mother of democracy? Because you have to remember, we were not during the British time, long time. We were not during the Mughal time, long time. We were not during the Gupta time, long time. We were not during the Mauryan time, long time. So why do we say we are the mother of democracy? Where is that source?
So presently, if we consider the constitution, then...
No, that is much later.
Yes, sir.
Because the idea of constitution, if you read,
Yes, sir.
Indian constitution is an amalgamation of the American constitution, the Australian constitution, the Canadian constitution, the German constitution, and then our own way of thinking, in fact. Yes?
Sir, if I may make a guess, can we trace it back to the Indus Valley civilization?
What? Give me one example where you say, okay, here is the source that we were democratic.
Sir, we have found various egalitarian societies in
All
Indus
in
Valley.
history, from the fossils, how much of egalitarianism can you really determine? Yes? Is there any literature which says we were democratic?
Sir, the Vedic literature.
Show me, give me one verse which says we were democratic.
Sir, I do not remember the verse verbatim, but there are mentions of sabhas, samitis and vidhatas which were wherein the
You see,
leaders
you have to
were
understand,
elected.
democracy doesn't mean that you will only have Sabhas and this. Democracy means, the whole mechanism of democracy is people being elected by people directly. Yes? What about Buddhism?
Yes, sir.
No, not yes. Tell me, does Buddhism clearly say democracy?
No, sir, it does not clearly mention democracy, but in terms of the
Does Chanakya mention democracy anywhere?
I'm sorry.
If he had respect for democracy, he would not have imposed Chandragupta on that kingdom.
Sir, in fact, he had the idea of kingship.
Exactly.
Yes.
All right, we stop here.